Hello everyone. It's James again. And today I want to talk about something very important. But before I do, I want to thank all of you for your comments, video suggestions, and questions. I'm going to be getting to these comments on my last couple of videos, because I really want to get back to you on all that you had to write and ask. So I do really appreciate all of your participation. Because the more we know, the more we grow. And for those of you that are new to this channel, thank you for giving this little cartoon man with a funny voice a bit of your time. With that said, let's dive into it, shall we? Narcissists want to keep you poor. Narcissists want to keep you broke. Narcissists want to disable any area of your life that will help you have the ability of being self-sufficient, and to be able to move forward in your life. And this even goes for narcissists that grew up in rich families. Because even more so, these parents know that money is a tool and allows you to live more freely while on this earth. Poor parents know this fact too. They just go about keeping you poor in a slightly different manner. And we will go over how that all works in just a few moments. But why knowing all of this is so important is just look at society. Take a look around. You see, what happened in our narcissistic abusive homes of origin is what is playing out right on the stage of society. And it seems there's always a kangaroo crap story as to why things are the way they are. The one thing my narcissist mother was famous for saying was, "She is working on it." She would say whatever she had to say to convince you that things were going to get better. And she was working on some things to do so. And my mom never gave real answers. I would ask my mother, "What do you mean you are working on something? Like what?" She would smile like a kid and say, "Stuff. I'm working on stuff." Well, what stuff, Mom? You have to understand, my mother never worked a day in her life. She lived off the system. And when I was hitting that age where the assistance money was ending she was getting for me living basically, I was told I was going to mess up her programs she was getting on for herself. And either I would have to say I was disabled and get on these programs too, or I had to leave. But years before all of this, since the age of me asking her, like around the age of 8, 9 and 10 years old, she was working on so-called stuff. My mother wasn't working on anything. And she already had her plan of what she wanted for her, mine and my golden child brother's life. And that plan didn't involve any one of us having any kind of freedom or success. I say that to say, look around. Look at what is happening around you. You have people saying things are going great with the economy, and that they are basically working on stuff, without giving any real concrete answers as to what they are really working on. Basically they are gaslighting you. But remember, they can't turn you into this, a human battery, if you don't need them. If you can walk away from their bullcrap narcissism and narcissistic abuse. They know they hold the key, or at least one of the keys. And one of those keys is money. This is why they encourage bad spending habits and life choices for their children if they are rich. Because they know the children, even when they grow up, will need to always come to them for help. Which means the narcissist's parent will always have their hooks in their children and grandchildren's lives. Or maybe a friend that has connections and has been a source of help to you in the past. But when the mood suits them, they treat you like garbage, knowing you won't go anywhere because you need them. Or the poor family that wants to keep their children poor. So they sabotage every talent, skill and love that child has. If they are pretty good at playing the guitar, they will find a way to break the guitar and say they can't afford to get another one. And maybe Santa will get them one for Christmas. And Christmas will come, and they will get their child a toy plastic guitar that literally makes no sound and you can't even play. And the narcissist parent will say, "See, you wanted a guitar. It's cool, right? And if you aren't happy, They will tell all of the people that they know. They are struggling to make ends meet and they spent their last dollar to get you a guitar. And you said it's not good enough. Also, like I've said before, they will sabotage your education. Also, you can't move forward and have a life beyond them. You see, narcissists use money as a tool. Yes. So they can live a better life if they can. But most importantly, they use it as a tool to control others. Narcissists don't acquire things just for the sake of doing so. They do what it is they do so it will give them an edge to control others. These people are always on and thinking. They are always on and thinking. And what they are thinking is how can they control people. You see, in the narcissistic abuse space. And in other spaces as well. Some of us content creators have referred to evil people. No matter we are talking about narcissists or just other evil people in general as terminators. And I remember Ollie made a video several years back, where he had the Terminator music playing in the background and he said, "This is what is playing in the narcissist's head." Meaning they are always on. They are always on. They are always on seek and destroy mode to ruin yours and other people's lives. There is no off switch for these people. So if they are doing anything with money or property or whatever, it's all so they can gain an edge to control others. Even if they don't have someone in their life right now in the moment. They know if they get that money or other things like that, they will have far of a better chance of having control over other people's lives. And that's why they do it. But again, look around at those that are running society right now as we speak. They are always working on stuff, with no clear answer as to what that stuff actually is. As we lose control over our lives, and they gain control, because the goal is what I said was in the video where I mentioned that control system that starts with the letter C. The control system that rules in some countries, where if you were to have a Bible, you would get thrown in prison, where you can't own a business. But the societal narcissists own it for you. And that's their goal. They want you to come to them for everything you need and everything you want, instead of obeying the instructions given to us by God, to work and add value to humanity, and to trust and know that God will make sure we are provided for. And there are tons of God's people that were in the Bible that were dirt poor. But a great many of them ascended to the heights of society. Joseph, or Yosef, the prince of Egypt, was sold by his very brothers into slavery, and convicted of a crime he didn't commit while in Egypt as a slave. But because of his hard work and blessings from God, he was given favor by Pharaoh and was taken out of slavery and made the prince of Egypt, and he had riches. More riches than he likely knew what to do with. He ended up with a wife and children. He had so much plenty that he had enough to help his own family that at first didn't even know who he was. The same family that sold him into slavery and told his father that he was deleted by a wild animal. You see, God works on real stuff. And he calls upon us to still work. And to trust and move accordingly. Jesus Christ himself was a skilled carpenter. Now why does God tell us that money is the root of all evil? Well, I think there are several reasons. But I think that one of the biggest reasons is those that get money like to mistreat and control others' lives. And this is why those he tends to favor. Not all of the time, but most of the time. He tends to take them through a character building journey. So it will increase the chances they will be generous, loving, kind, yet still being wise, and able to make good and smart choices with their finances. And it appears that those that run society don't want you to be able to go on that journey of self-discovery of your ability and talents that you've been given by God. So you can do something with these talents and skills. 1. So you can make a great living so narcissists can't control you. But 2. So you can make society a better place. Even the man that kept stepping over Lazarus and making fun of him, if he just said a nice kind word to him and got him some water, what would it have cost this man? Yes, his money made him evil and arrogant, and mean-spirited towards Lazarus, which was the wrong thing to do. Haven't you heard even people you might know talk about how this is just how society is now? Get used to it. Or this is the new normal. And it seems like they embrace things the way they are. And if you look at their lives, they were able to before things went completely bad for society. Were able to make a lot of money. So now, they aren't in lack. And now they can point the finger at others and look down upon them as they struggle. These are the same people that will mock your business ideas instead of encourage you. Which is a big reason why you shouldn't tell people what you are up to. Keep it to yourself and pray about it to God. But again, these people want you broke. And either they will make fun of you so bad, you will lose your momentum to keep going at what it is you are doing. Or they will actually do something to sabotage what you are doing. And there are some people here that have worked hard and made it out of their circumstances, and they will be the first to say, when they made it, their narcissist family or friend or friends almost were in disbelief and almost seemed sad. Because that success meant they were losing their control over this person or those people. Their form of the C word was going away. The same authoritarian control those that run society want to implement in and on everyone's life if they can. This is why prayer is important. And your hard work to better your life is important. And break the cycle of control. Well, that's all I have for now. I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time. Bye for now. And be good to yourself.